Hi everyone, welcome back to the Mama Elephant YouTube channel. This is Rena. Today we're going to play with the little penguin agenda and also the Ornate House Grid Creative Cuts dies. These products are part of the Mama Elephant 7th anniversary release and they'll be available on September 15th. So let's start off by coloring the little penguin agenda. I've stamped out my images using Memento Tuxedo black ink, and I like using the Nina 110 pound paper. I like to stamp all of the agenda images because I like to see what I have, and there's so many images here. A lot of them have a holiday motif, some of them have a birthday motif, a lot of them are just plain so you can set the scene with them, and there's also these little guys that you can use for a little ice fishing scene, and I love it. And I was planning to make all these cards, so I carefully colored all of these different ones in yellow and blue and pink, and I had changed my mind later when I made the rest of my cards, but that's why you see all these markings and things, because I was using specific ones. But I just love coloring these penguins, and for the black part of the penguin I'm using the end colors. Those are the neutral grays. I love the neutral grays. I'm using the tip-to-tip method where I'm taking my lighter color and kind of touching my darker color so it's easier to blend. It's a small area, so I didn't want to chance it, so I decided to use tip-to-tip. I also love kind of shading in their little bellies with different colors so they kind of glow in different colors, and I just really like doing that. And I'm obsessed with all of the lighter Copic marker colors. I love all the quadruple and triple zeros. Those are some of my favorite Copic marker colors because you can kind of make something glow with those colors because they're so light and you really can't go wrong. I also did forget to mention that you can also make an adorable little campfire theme as well, because the images come with this adorable little campfire and a little guy holding a marshmallow on a stick. It is so super cute. Today I'm going to make a holiday card, of course, because I wanted to pair it with the Ornate House grid, and I really love all of the Mama Elephant dies that are grids because all of the little agenda stamps fit perfectly inside them, and it just makes it so easy to make a card. Here's the little penguin agenda all colored up. I love these little guys. I'm taking an older stamp set. This is Merry Mantle, and I'm taking one of the garlands and I'm just coloring it because I want to use it to decorate my Ornate House grid. It looked like the perfect size and I just loved the way it ended up looking. So I'm just coloring these in some traditional red and greens, and that'll go in the front of my Ornate House grid. So that is what the Ornate House grid looks like cut out. It does have some stitching detailing on the inside. It's really super cute. I'm going to take this piece here that I cut out on scratch paper, and I'm kind of cutting around the stitching detail because I want to ink up the house, but ink it up in such a way where that detailing is accentuated. So I'm taking Tattered Rose Distress Oxide ink, and I'm ink blending the front of the house, and that'll be the front of my card. And to the right there you'll see my mask that I have, and I'm going to use that on top of my real piece so I can just ink blend the sides and that shape can be accentuated. So I really love the wood grain cover die. I cut it out here as my background. And then I'm going to ink blend a sky using the Distress Oxide ink in Peacock Feathers. The red color on the Ornate House grid is Festive Berries. I wanted the inside of my house to be a smooth paper instead of the wood grain, so I'm just cutting out a piece there to just back that Ornate House grid, and then I'm going to ink blend that using the Festive Berries so it will be red when you look through the little windows of the house. I have an older stamp set here, Cool Penguins, and I loved that sentiment. It's penguining to look a lot like Christmas. I thought that was perfect. As you can see here, I'm cleaning out my stamp from probably when I stamped it last year. But I'm going to stamp that out in red in the festive berries color so everything matches. And I'm going to, off camera, use some clear embossing powder on that. I did cut out my sentiment using an older die set, and that is the bold banner. I'm going to ink blend in Festive Berries part of the bold banner, and then it has some stitching lines. I'm going to fold those in just so my bold banner has a little bit of dimension. Okay, we have all our pieces here. I have my ink blended front. Sometimes I like to double back my die cut, so I'm going to cut it out again in white and adhere it to the top of that, just so when I adhere it to my card front, it'll have a little bit of dimension. I'm also going to adhere the back of that, so when you look through the windows, it'll be that nice festive berries color and it will be smooth. I'm just going to make sure that all my glue is dry, and then I'm going to take that whole piece and apply it to my card front, which is the wood grain cover Creative Cuts die. So I'm going to mash everything together, making sure that everything is adhered. I'm going to take my sentiment that I've stamped on my bold banner, and I'm going to pop that up on a foam tape, and then I'm going to adhere it to the front of my panel. And I just love that sentiment. I think it's perfect for this card. And then I'm going to take my little penguins, and then I'm going to put each one of them in a little window. I selected the penguins that kind of have that holiday motif, as if they were decorating the little house. And I just love these little guys, and I made sure to pick ones that had a red belly and a green belly, just so it all matched. And again, I'm popping them up on little foam dots, and then each of them is going to have a little window that they're going to live in. It was so much fun to decide which penguins went where, and you can definitely use your other agenda sets for this Ornate house grid die. I always have to use the one with balloons, so he's going up there. I'm taking my little stamped image from Mary Mantle, and I'm using it to decorate the front of my house. I wanted a bow, so a bow comes in one of the older die sets all prettied up, and of course I wanted it to match, so I'm ink blending some paper in Festive Berries Distress Oxide ink, and then I cut out my little bow, and I'm putting the bow together now. Because I ink blended that paper, I put a piece of wax paper in between the die and the paper so my die wouldn't get all inky. I like to use wax paper a lot to make sure my dies are clean. So I put that bow together, I glued it, and then now I'm going to pop that up and put it on the top of the house. I think it's just the perfect little bow because it folds flat and you can still fit your card in an envelope. So I'm calling that card done. I'm taking my card base, and then I'm going to adhere my card front on it, and that's my card. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the Mama Elephant YouTube channel and tap on that bell to be notified of future videos. I will see you guys next time. Happy crafting and happy holidays. Bye, guys.